Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Larry Summers, Steven Pinker. Okay, just the most elite in politics, in finance, and in academia. And Donald Trump, maybe he did go, but he wasn't part of that club, right? So Donald Trump was an outsider for most of his life. Like, look, if you go back to the 80s and you were to survey like the most powerful man in New York City, okay? The people who actually ran New York City, every one of them would say, Donald Trump, this guy's a clown. He's stupid, he's useless, he's bankrupt. It's just his dad's money, okay? He's playing with his dad's money. So Donald Trump has always been an outsider. He's always felt persecuted. So I would just put everything together, okay? This guy has been planning something since the 80s. He's very deliberate. He's very disciplined. He's not part of the elite the way that it's traditionally understood. If he were, he'd be best friends with like the Clintons and the Obamas, and no one would oppose him in 2016 when he became president. People forget that in 2016, when he was president and he had this inauguration, no one went because like no one wanted to be associated with this guy, even though he was president of the United States. And the media mocked him every single day. And people forget this, but in 2016, the big thing was Russiagate, where Donald Trump was clearly an agent of Russia. Putin had blackmail on him, and Putin put him in office. And that was the idea of Russiagate. And that was something that the mainstream media promoted every single day. And it turned out to be a nothing burger because Robert Mueller did an investigation. And if you just looked at the Mueller report, he just said it very clearly in the report. There's no evidence at all linking Donald Trump and his family to Vladimir Putin. And I would say the same thing about Jeffrey Epstein, where I'm sure that Merrick Garland had a huge team looking for anything that could incriminate Donald Trump. There was nothing in the Epstein files. So this is a guy who associates with like the most perverted, the sleaziest people on the planet Earth, but he himself is not implicated in whatever they do. That's really strange. All right, so all I'm saying is that I think Donald Trump is much more deliberate, much more methodical, much more strategic than people give him credit for. The issue, though, is what does he want? Okay, so that's the second part of the question. What does he really want? And Americans think that, Donald Trump, he's corrupt. He wants to be the richest man in America. And that doesn't really hold water because if he wants to be the richest man in America, why is he pissing everyone off like this, right? Why doesn't he just sell himself out to these secret societies, these billionaires? Why antagonize them the way he's done, right? With in 2016, he was like, let's kick out these illegal immigrants. Let's not go fight any more wars. These billionaires have been stealing from the country all their lives. Like, why antagonize the powerful like this, right? So the idea that Donald Trump is only interested in money doesn't really hold water.